Today our topic is how to make life simpler with Stoic Minimalism. Life can feel like a storm sometimes. We run, we worry, we collect things, we chase goals, and still we feel stuck. But imagine if life could be simpler, calmer, and more meaningful. Stoic Minimalism is a way to make that happen. It's not about throwing everything away or living in a tiny house. It's about focusing on what really matters and letting go of what doesn't. Let's talk about how you can do this in your own life. First, let's understand what Stoic Minimalism is. Stoicism is an ancient philosophy that teaches us to focus on what we can control and let go of what we can't. Minimalism is about living with less, but not just less stuff, less stress, less worry, less distraction. When you combine these two ideas, you get Stoic Minimalism. It's about simplifying your life by focusing on what truly matters and letting go of everything else. The first step to Stoic Minimalism is to understand what you can control and what you can't. You can't control the weather, what other people think, or the past. But you can control your actions, your thoughts, and your choices. When you focus on what you can control, life becomes simpler. You stop worrying about things you can't change and start putting your energy into things that really matter. For example, if you're stuck in traffic, you can't control the traffic, but you can control how you react. You can get angry and stressed, or you can accept it and use the time to relax or think. This is Stoic Minimalism in action, letting go of what you can't control and focusing on what you can. Next, think about what really matters to you. Many of us spend our lives chasing things that don't really make us happy. We buy things we don't need, work jobs we don't enjoy, and try to impress people we don't even like. Stoic Minimalism asks you to stop and think, what is truly important to me? What makes me happy? What gives my life meaning? When you know the answers to these questions, you can start to let go of everything else. For example, if spending time with your family is important to you, you might decide to work fewer hours and spend more time at home. If you love nature, you might decide to live in a smaller house so you can spend more time outdoors. Stoic Minimalism is about making choices that align with your values and letting go of everything that doesn't. Another key part of Stoic Minimalism is learning to be content with less. Many of us think we need more to be happy, more money, more stuff, more success. But the truth is, happiness comes from within. The Stoics believe that we already have everything we need to be happy. We just need to learn to appreciate it. For example, instead of wanting a bigger house, you can be grateful for the home you have. Instead of wanting more money, you can be grateful for the money you already have. This doesn't mean you shouldn't have goals or dreams. It just means you don't need more to be happy. You can be happy right now with what you have. This is a powerful idea. When you learn to be content with less, you free yourself from the endless cycle of wanting more. You stop chasing things and start enjoying life. Now let's talk about how to apply Stoic Minimalism to your daily life. One way to start is by decluttering. This doesn't just mean getting rid of stuff, although that's part of it. It means getting rid of anything that doesn't add value to your life. This could be physical things like clothes you don't wear, or it could be habits, relationships, or even thoughts that don't serve you. For example, if you have a friend who always makes you feel bad, it might be time to let go of that friendship. If you spend hours every day scrolling through social media, it might be time to cut back. Decluttering is about making space for what really matters. When you let go of what doesn't matter, you create room for what does. Another way to practice Stoic Minimalism is to simplify your routines. Many of us have busy lives, but often we make things more complicated than they need to be. For example, instead of spending hours every day deciding what to wear, you could create a simple wardrobe with a few favorite outfits. Instead of rushing around in the morning, you could wake up a little earlier and start your day with a calm, simple routine. Simplifying your routines frees up time and energy for the things that really matter to you. It also reduces stress and makes life feel more manageable. Stoic minimalism also teaches us to focus on the present moment. Many of us spend our lives worrying about the future or regretting the past. But the only moment we truly have is now. When you focus on the present, life becomes simpler and more enjoyable. For example, instead of worrying about what might happen tomorrow, you can focus on enjoying today. Instead of regretting a mistake you made yesterday, you can learn from it and move on. The present moment is where life happens, and when you focus on it, you can find peace and happiness. Finally, Stoic minimalism is about living with intention. This means making choices that align with your values and goals. It means saying no to things that don't matter, and yes to things that do. For example, if you value health, you might choose to eat healthy food and exercise regularly. If you value learning, you might choose to spend your free time reading or taking classes. Living with intention is about being mindful of your choices and making sure they align with what's important to you. When you live with intention, life becomes simpler and more meaningful. In conclusion, Stoic minimalism is a powerful way to simplify your life and focus on what truly matters. It's about letting go of what you can't control, appreciating what you have, and making choices that align with your values. It's about decluttering your life, simplifying your routines, and focusing on the present moment. And it's about living with intention so you can create a life that's calm, meaningful, and fulfilling. Life doesn't have to be complicated. With Stoic minimalism, you can make it simpler, happier, and more meaningful. So take a deep breath, let go of what doesn't matter, and focus on what does. Your simpler, happier life is waiting for you.